Tom's not perfect, but he tells you how to put your stops in, and he keeps your losses small. You can take your small losses, but then all of a sudden you'll be like Babe Ruth, and you'll hit a home run. I mean, a big home run.
Yeah.
And put the money in your pocket.
Okay, brother. You're awesome, man. Thank you.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Wow! Welcome, folks. Tom's out this afternoon. Tommy O'Brien here filling in for the hour, and we'll kick things off. Quite an hour we should see, folks. Interesting action, to say the least. We'll see if the market can hold these gains. We've have action in both directions today. Whether you're bearish or whether you're bullish in this market, folks, you ride the momentum when you catch a ride. And boy, we have had some moves in the markets. S&P's right now sitting positive by 67 points, trading at 38.32. That's up 1.8%. You get the NQs up 197 points right now, 12,650. The Dow up 1.7% or 515 points at 31,393. And the Russell right now up 1.4%. All the indices basically erasing the entire trading day's losses yesterday. And that's after accelerating lower intraday today. Let's go for an analysis quickly of the S&P 500. I mean, we are bumping right up almost near the point to the highs we had yesterday. Noon Eastern time, you're trading at 38.42 in the S&Ps. You trade down a staggering 122 S&P points intraday, making a low of 37.20. We'll fast forward to this morning. We get jobless data, non-farm payrolls coming in. Decent number. We had 379,000 jobs in the month of February. The market pushes to a high. Pre-market, we pushed to a high of 38.14, and just like that, you fall out of bed. For the first, basically, hour and 45 minutes of trading from 9:15 up until about 11:15, call it even 2 hours of trading from just before the market opened, you reach a low intraday of 37.28, and then how about it, folks? There is only two red bars on a 15-minute basis, both of them not that small, for the entire trading day since 11:15. The trend is one way. It's been upward, and we are now remarkably more than 100 S&P points off of the lows and basically right up against this level. Going to be a critical level with 60 minutes left to go. To market participants want to be long coming into the weekend. We got a lot to talk about in the final hour of trading. Let's kick things off. I mean, of all the things going on, right? We got a little bit of a stall going on over in the Senate for the stimulus deal. Democrats' $1.9 trillion relief plan stalls in the Senate amid an impasse over unemployment aid. I don't expect the market be too freaked out about this. It's obviously not too freaked out right now with the market action we're getting. Senate Democrats have agreed to cut the weekly unemployment insurance supplement to their $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief bill, but extend it for a longer period of time. However, you have moderate Democrat Senator Joe Manchin reluctant to back the policy, a little bit of back and forth. I think is pricing that in as well. But nonetheless, coming into a Friday, coming in a little while in both directions. A little bit of fear in this market as we reach higher yields. Let's jump to the yield in that conversation. The 10-year, we reached a yield in the 10-year on a 0.62%, a pretty staggering yield on the 10-year, causing some pause for some of the growth stocks in particular. Can they to grow at a staggering rate they have if the price to borrow money increases? Now, as we're seeing, I'm seeing a little bit of a slowdown in my system right now, keeping up in terms of the program, but this will happen sometimes when we get some fast markets, and we're getting them right now in a big way with the S&Ps holding up at about 70 points in the positive. A little choppy, unfortunately. All right, thanks for that heads up. We may need to reset that at the break. Going on in the markets, folks. My computer trying to keep up in a big way and struggling, unfortunately, right now. Come on, baby. Come on. It's an important 60 minutes out there. Yeah, they're struggling on me. Maybe we'll kick back in. All right, well, let's jump around to what other news I had out there being talked. One of the graphs in terms of the economic data. So jobs data out here. 379,000 jobs added in 6,000 jobs added in the food service industry. Now, if you eliminate leisure is going to have to pick up all of the slack and then some, folks. You see what they do. You got leisure and hospitality in the blue, the dark blue we'll call it, maybe even navy, continuing to decline on the other side. Basically, what that's saying is that many businesses, and this is one take on it, have begun to bring back their jobs already, right? There has not been as much of an acceleration. Now, this may all change in the next few months as vaccines start to become more prevalent, as we get over that hump. The news coming out this week, every American will have access to a vaccine by the end of May. But interesting, nonetheless, we got a strong number on the payrolls front. You always hear the headline number, right? Headline number, 379,000. We beat expectations. You into it, and you could say it's all about leisure and hospitality, as it should be. We're still about 10 million jobs under the price level, under the employment level that we had coming into the COVID pandemic. We're at about 143 million jobs in the non-farm payroll number. We were at about 150 COVID. And there we go. My chart's catching up a bit. So we get the S&P's up about points right now. Still getting a little bit choppy data out here. We get the NASDAQ 100 up about 187, Dow up 508 with about 47 minutes to go in trading action. Jumping around to some of the big tech stocks out there. In terms of earnings, we had Broadcom out with their numbers last night. They're up about 1.2% today. We had Costco out with their numbers last night as well. All the way down to 307. We're back to within about 1% at 316. Let's check out some of those tech stocks. How about Amazon? Dropping $100 and getting it all back, right at around $3,000 on Amazon right now. Apple shares, we're down to 117. You're back positive for the day on Apple at 121. Google has been so resilient. Check out the chart in Google, up 2.5%. You put Google on a daily. And yeah, I was going to say, almost making all-time highs right now on Google. We make a high today of 21.13, the all-time high 21.52. Google behaving better than almost any other tech stock out there. And we got to talk about Tesla. The woes continue. Talk about a pullback, folks. We are now right at a 618 retracement of the entire run-up that it had from November 17th. Remarkable acceleration. I believe that was when they said that they were going to gain entry to the S&P 500. Boy, we'll talk about Bitcoin as well when we got back. Bitcoin under 50,000 at 49,325. Stay tuned, folks. 877-9